It definitely was like, oh, wait, we have to have the delay order. I'm going to get in trouble. So we do go ahead and get, coming in, what we haven't talked about, we did have Johanna coming the first pick for Psycho. On the other side, we are going to go ahead and get Karama coming out with the Sonya and Ronin on that there variant. Bum diddly.
Fight time!
Change is upon us.
Na 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 na. We're going to have Brightwing being picked up by Prophecy, and then Zealous Human is going to be on the Dahaka. So we have Dahaka versus Sonya in the offlane. Dahaka much better at double soaking, and this is a map you can double soak on. Although Dahaka's interesting in that he only gets good at double soaking after about like 4 stacks of his 10. Certainly better overall, but that will give Sonya an early advantage. I don't. Oh. I got confused because in my brain, Screamy Man is Garrosh, so I got confused. Sinead is definitely a betrayer. We do go and have the Cold Mage coming out. That's cool. And then we have the Space Ninja. Cold Mage versus Space Ninja. I guess I can't actually say Cold Mage, can I? Because the problem is Jaina exists, and Jaina is also a Cold Mage. Can I say Cold Mage versus Frost Mage, or will that just get confusing? Because you can't argue to me that Kel'Thuzad is not a Cold Mage. He literally is called the Master of the Cold Dark. It's in his title. We do have Anna checking in by Killer Fairy, and then the Hot Mage, Bandit. I've got to say, I mean, the Hot Mage works both ways, because that is a very pretty man. Na 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 na. So we do have Hanzo and Gul'dan. We've got the Cold Mage, the Frost Mage, and the, like, what, Fel Mage? Is that what I would call? Why are there so many types of magic users? Too many wizards?
Make way for the bad guy.
So, okay, so we have You Want Axe versus You Want Arrow, and Fire versus Fellfire. That's what we've got in terms of damage in this game. We also have Screamy Girl versus Licky Man, and Sniper versus... What the heck would Brightwing be? Sniper versus Excitement? Regardless, I will get into the game real quick. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back for game number 1 between Leoric Jenkins and then also the High Inquisitors. Wrong screen? Alright, here we go into game number 1. Oh, first, I always forget to do this. Let me get this The Rocket is Blind cursor off the screen. Wait, go away, cursor. Alright, coming into game number 1, representing Leoric Jenkins. We do go ahead and get Psycho playing the Johanna. We will get Longshot coming in on that Hanzo, the Rambo Hanzo. Every time I see this, I just think of Adrian. That's not even Rambo, that's just the same actor. We have Brightwing being played by the Prophecy. Zealous Human is going to be on the Heckin' Dahaka. And who did I not say?
2, 1.
Ah, there we go. Terabad is on the Ghoul Daniel. On the other side of the battlefield, we do go ahead and get Killer Fairy is coming back here on the bad guys, Zul'jin. We have Karama coming out here on Sonya. Blue Abyss on Ardian Shrike Stance on Anna. We do have Bandit coming out here on Kel'Thas. I do have to say he's going the Cyber Kel'Thas, which is not nearly as pretty a man as the other one was. I'm upset. And then we do go ahead and get, who did I not say? Varian is being played by a Ronin. They are going back and forth. We do have the offlaners offlaning it up. Sonya should win the one-on-one, but it's all about that tongue. in offlaning and in love, it's all about that tongue. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. It's not my fault. I have poor impulse control. It's like, Raka, that is literally your fault. What are you talking about? We do go ahead and have Killer Fairy, Blue Abyss, Bandit. Okay, they are moving back up. They are going to their camp, I think. Psycho is scouting this out. Psycho's starting to move in, trying to go and get this taken care of. There is Killer Fairy blinding it out. I do have to say, Zul'jin is a weird pick into this Johanna, because obviously being blinded makes it really, really hard to hit with an axe. A little bit of a skirmish, but no blood is... Okay, blood is definitely drawn, but no blood is spilled. Everyone walked away, and then they walked away. We do go ahead and have our blue team moving down here to the bottom. We're going to try and pick this up before their opponents can respond. But before their opponents can respond, will they get there? They are in the area. They are moving in. They're running in right now. Trying to catch it right now. They do get the camp. Alright. Got this taken care of. It does look like Sonya has moved over and started to pick up their mercenary camp. Obviously, this can be picked up, but you need to be careful because Sonya will get down to about 30% by the time this is over, most likely. Maybe a little bit less than that, but I've definitely seen invades happen where they get right towards the end, and then suddenly Dahaka just walks in. Does not look like that would be a problem this time around, though. Alright, there's Psycho moving in, trying to go in. Oh, big gravity lapse. That's going to be the first blood at Psycho Town. Prophecy is currently being hunted down a little bit, but it looks like Brightwing will survive. This does go ahead and give the High Inquisitors presence on the point and able to go ahead and stand here.
Summoned an arcane punisher.
Once again, that's a little bit tragedy because you did have Johanna. Johanna just got leapt on by this guy and just wasn't able to move. Obviously, Johanna does have the Iron Skin that could have stopped that from happening, but A, it may have been down, and B, that was a very, very short hop. There wasn't a lot of time to press that. That is 3 kills so far for High Inquisitors. Zul'jin up to 8 stacks so far. Bit surprising at Dahaka. Dahaka has a pretty good escape. Oh, there's Hanzo. They are taking some unnecessary risks and thinking they know where their opponents are. However, Psycho is coming down. Although it looks like also Sonya's coming down. This will be advantageous for the High Inquisitors because Zul'jin is on their way back as well. They've got a little bit of time where they have... but here comes number 5. Mambo number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, they were doing really, really well in the early game, and I feel like they might be tilting just a little bit right now. I've definitely been in games like this where I'm just like, let's just run into the enemy team, smash the teams together, and maybe we'll be left standing. So Sonya has moved back up. There are level 10s now on the side of the High Inquisitors. Look at all this experience that's unfortunately being left in the lane. Dahaka is on the way back up. Dahaka, where's your dig right now? I'm just curious. It does look like, okay, Healing Fountain 75 and only 10 seconds from being able to dig. So we'll have that available for the next objective. Looking at our level 10 talents, we do go ahead and get Shield Wall, as well as Tazdingo, Leap, Phoenix, and Nano Boost. Nano Boost plus, it's interesting because Nano Boost will make Zul'jin really, really, really dangerous, but of course you do also have the Zealous Glare, so there are 2 blinding shields available for the Johanna, which can really shut Killer Fairy down. Definitely not shutting Killer Fairy down so far, though. Killer Fairy is leading in damage overall, with 70.7k damage so far. We're only about 7.5 minutes into the game. Alright, trying to move a little bit. This will be a Molten Punisher when it comes out. Mortar? I always do that. It's not Molten, it's a Mortar Punisher. Kel'Thas so good at this, coming in there. We do have the Tazdingo coming out, unkillable. There is the move in. Killer Fairy is tongued. There is the big leap in for the side as Sonya tries to go in there. Killer Fairy is super, super, super low. Does not have Tazdingo. Used Tazdingo kind of early, actually, but Gul'dan goes down to They weren't quite able to get that so close on Killer Fairy, but this is now the High Inquisitor's spot. Alright, there is Killer Fairy moving in. When I'm getting this taken care of. Oh, that was okay. They actually got bottom fort at the same time, and Kel'Thas picks up. I'm not even sure where Johanna was. Granted, I was looking at the mini map, so I could have easily missed it. Yeah, we end up with, like, that was a really good arrow. That was a big stun, but there was no one was in position to follow up. Oh, that's a much better. We do have a fear. We do go and have the in a very bad place, and that is going to be a dead rodent. I said rodent, not rodent. I realized as I got to the end of that sentence, the in kind of sounded weird. I think I said rodent. They see me rodent. I am so dumb. Alright, so right now it is a bad position to be in for Leoric Jenkins. Obviously they did end up losing a keep off of that, is that the 3rd? I think that's the 3rd protector. And they are here. That means they're actually not defending this position. Oh, and that's a Shaman camp too. Shaman, okay, the Shaman does get taken out. They'll be okay. Still Human coming in. Oh, so much damage. Nice burrow does get underneath Karama's leap. Psycho goes in. Again, I just kind of feel like there's a bit of miscommunication going on because Psycho went in right as the rest of the team ran off. And obviously you can argue, like, yeah, they were going in, they were distracting, but the rest of the team didn't keep running during that distraction, so that doesn't really feel correct either. I just kind of feel like Leoric Jenkins is playing by instinct right now, rather than having a... I do not mean to criticize, I'm sorry if it comes off like that. I'm looking at that, I'm like, this team should be, like, looking at the draft, I actually thought that they had the advantage because so much of the eggs were in the Zul'jin basket, and the Johanna should be able to really, really, really hamper Zul'jin. So yeah, I do like the Zilla's is coming out on Killer Fairy. Lots of damage. Okay, good. They're going ahead and they're pushing where they need to be. There is the Horrify, and they do get Zul'jin. They did not get out these Tozdingo. Unfortunately, Gul'dan goes down as well, and Psycho's super low. But Ana also goes down. It is 2 for 2. They are definitely, they're starting to stabilize a little bit. We do go and have the Dahaka going down, and oh, that's going to be a long shot. Such a act. I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but Ronin's charge was perfectly timed because he just chased that Hanzo down.
Blue team's core is under attack.
Alright, here comes the Frozen Punisher, going to pushing down bottom lane. There is still a fort in bottom lane in order to try and help them to be defended. But this will be, at least it is an even talent tier fight. But Dahaka needs to like start coming back right about now. The problem is Dahaka only has like, okay, Sony is going down here in order to try and watch for Dahaka coming in. Never mind. There's Psycho running in, but Psycho running in before Dahaka is there. Gets slept. There's a big leap in from Sonya trying to move in there, but nice arrow. Arrow catches a lot of people in the stun. Unkillable. Killer Fairy trying to move forward, get this taken care of. Did get a scouting arrow on their And yep, unfortunately, Dahaka and Brightwing definitely cannot save this. Dahaka's going to try. Dahaka's going to give it a level best. Does get jumped on by the Protector. Protector is relatively low, but there goes Dahaka. Brightwing just going to the top lane, and honestly, I don't blame them. Like, Brightwing's not really going to be able to do anything against this. Looking at the stats at the end of game number 1, we do go ahead and have a Bandit coming out with leading the way in hero damage by quite a bit. Does end up passing Killer Fairy by the end, 45,000 versus that 37,000. I wonder if that's actually, okay, that makes sense, because what we kept seeing is that the blue team would really focus Zul'jin, because Zul'jin was where a lot of their damage was early game, but because of that, they would all move in, and I think the Kael'thas just got so many, like, bomb procs going on, and because they were all just pushing into the same area, and that's what led them to get 45, 37 coming out of the Zul'jin, 33 on the Hanzo. Healing-wise, Blue Abyss coming out with 70,000 healing, compared to Brightwing's 58,000. That's actually kind of a testament to how quickly and then well coordinated the High Inquisitors were, because a lot more damage came from the red team, so there was more for Prophecy to heal, but Prophecy just didn't get the chance because they would just pick a target and explode them. It wasn't like long sustained fights where Prophecy got to get a lot of healing in. Meanwhile, Ana kept getting people on the brink. Did you see how many times the Zul'jin would walk out with like with 100 health? Granted, Zul'jin did... Wait! Zul'jin's self-healing doesn't count? Oh, that's annoying. I guess, that's... I would count Zul'jin's as healing, not this column. But okay, fine, whatever. And then in terms of the experience soak, yeah, Kurama was very much more commonly in lane. Dahaka kept coming down for ganks, but the ganks were successful. Well, never mind, wrong team. looking at the talents, we do go ahead and have the Zealous Glare, as I said. We don't quite get to level 20, so I can't show you the full talent trees, but here's what we got. Copy them down, take them into Storm League, and get amazing and wonderful victories. I will see you for game number 2 in just a little bit. Bum, bum, bum.
Sailed across the sea to search a distant land, a new frontier before him to provide an upper hand. Mysterious agendas lay behind a graceful guise. A son was born, begotten, shorn, betrayed to noble lies. I take to the water to glide upon the gales. The winds that my father wrote will never fill my sails. The sailors on the salty sea, my brothers I will lead. Our cannons fast they burn and blast, our blood is of the creed. Our father lost to hunger, the temptation of control. No sentiment you represent can tame a savage soul. I take to the water to glide upon the gales. The winds that my father rode will never fill my sails. Musket guns and silver slivers, justice runs in crimson rivers. Words of ancient truth will follow, bleed these veins into tomorrow. I take to the water to glide upon the gales. The winds that my father rode will never fill my sails. The sails on the salty sea, the world is our lead. Our cannons fast they burn and blast, our blood is of the creed. Our father lost to hunger, that temptation of control. No sentiment you represent can tame a savage soul.
Tomb of the Spider Queen.
I love this map. I love casting this map. I hate playing this map. This map is the smallest map in Heroes of the Storm. So it's other than ARAMs, of course. So it's super, super, super easy for the 4-man to rotate and just end up in the top lane and be like, surprise party! Which sucks when I'm the offlaner, but it's really, really exciting when I'm casting the game because there's just like non-stop action. It's just like punch drunk, doot, doot, doot. And last game, we definitely did not have an issue with, my filter is like, I don't know what this is. It's a hand filter. It's a hand. Calm down. My filter does its best, but does not know what to apply to. Oh, thank you very much for spreading your bits on my channel, Bunker Fun Time. Is one of these teams a BFT team? I did not realize that. But welcome. I'm glad you're here. Musket guns and silver slivers. We do have Varian being banned out. Varian definitely a problem for the last one. I do expect we will still see Psycho taking the Johanna. Johanna's super good. No, Garden of Terror is a map, but it and Sky Temple are probably the least played maps. But yeah, NGS allows every map that shows up in Storm League. So, the only maps that are not playable in NGS are Warhead Junction, Blackheart's Bay and Haunted Mines, I believe. Oh, and Hanamura, because Hanamura is not in Storm League. Is that all of them? I feel like there might be one more. I think that's right. I think there's 15 playable maps and 11 in Storm League. Well, fantastic. They're not called BFT, the High Inquisitors, so I got confused. So yes, indeed, we do. Oh, interesting, Samuro Band. We do end up having Psycho come out. Vala will be picked up by Killer Fairy. Remember, Zul'jin is who Killer Fairy took last time, but Vala was banned out. So this might be Killer Fairy's bread and also butter. We do have Anduin coming out. Anduin being played by Karama. Stukov is banned out this time. So we do have Anduin as the fun police, and Vala as in the actually playable demon hunter. Boom, Illidan, I said it. Now who you picking up? Leo? Leoric, Jenkins.
The wait is over.
I yearn for battle.
I mean, that is fair. Most orgs don't have a naming convention. Fun fact, actually, because I used to be in them, CCS does not actually require its teams to have the CCS thing, but all the teams just do. But that's, Volkamer's very clear every time a team starts, like, you don't have to do that. We do have Zealous Human on the Imperious, Longshot on Cassia. Are they just going to try and make Killer Fairy's life as difficult as possible? I swear, if I see Lily come out and they're just like, everybody blinds. Put the blind in the coconut, you put them both together. I am in a mood tonight, you guys. This is why I can never be like a professional caster, because you know how Bahamut will just like randomly start talking about food instead of the game? I do that, but I do not restrict myself to food. I just talk about whatever. We do go and have, once again, the Master of the Cold Dark being removed. We have the fire starters, the twisted fire starters. Riley's. We do have the High Inquisitors taking Leoric away from Leoric Jenkins. That is a slap in the face. We do also go ahead and Blue Abyss on the, okay, you know what? There is blue in that. It's more green than blue, but I'll give it to him. The Dibble's coming out here. Well, Malby out here damning me with faint praise. It's a bit adorable. I won't give it all the way to real adorableness, but you know what? It gets in the vicinity of adorable. We do have Orphea as the Tentacle Mage coming out, and then we do go and have Prophecy on the Zul'jin. Kael'thas once again as the Hot Mage. So here we are. We're going into the game. I will get us in there just a second. Filter, it's a hand. Calm down. 1 second. Is this one smarter? Nope. I don't know. Apparently you can't tell flesh from green. Regardless, so I will see you in just a second in the game.
Prepare yourselves. The battle begins shortly.
Sorry, the cat came and I decided everyone needs to, see the cat. Oh, ow, ow. Kitty? Your paws are made of sharp?
battle begins.
All right, here we go into game number 2. Sorry about that. The cat distracted me. It's not my fault. We do go in and have Terabad playing the Orvia. We will have a long shot coming out here on the Cassia. Psycho once again on that Johanna. Prophecy on the bad man, Zul Jin. And we do go ahead and have Zealous Human coming out here on Imperius. They are the lean, mean fighting machine. They are Leoric Jenkins. On the other side of the battlefield, we do go and have Blue Abyss on that their Nexomania Diablo, the best skin, by the way. We have Karama on the Anduin. Bandit once again on that Cyberpunk Kael'thas. We will have Killer Fairy on the Valhalla. And then down in the bottom lane, we do have Raka? No, I'm not planning. We do have Ronin. It's a capital R name. Playing that there Leoric down below. Zealous Human coming down here. Now here's the thing, Leoric should... Oh yeah, I was gonna say that's... You don't want to use that ability in the middle of your opponents. For those of you that don't know, whenever Imperius uses that, and it's the like wave around him, it just little lightning bolts go off in random directions and hit, and it does not prioritize heroes. You want, if you're going to use that to fight, you want to try and use it when your hero is isolated, not in the middle of their lane. Like right now would be great, because you can see some of them are going against minions, and that means you're not really using that against that. But First Blood actually goes away with the Leoric Jenkins. I was too busy gabbing about the offlane. I'm sorry. I don't know who says it. I keep hearing, "We did it." All right, they are moving back and forth between the lanes. The lanes in the coconut. All right, let's go ahead and look at our talents at level 1. We do go ahead and get Thunderstruck. I know it's Thunderstroke, but I really want to say Thunderstruck because it makes me think of good music. Coming out from the Cassia, we are going to get Creed of the Hunters only at 9 stacks. I know we're only 2 minutes in, but still, being zoned out to the point where you can only get 9 stacks in 2 minutes. Because for those of you that don't know, a stack is just hitting an enemy with an attack, or hitting an enemy hero with an attack. So Vala just has not been able to get close to the enemy heroes. Though again, Vala is going into 3 blinds between Cassia and Johanna. Because Johanna gets, 2 uses of it. We do also have Mana Addict, not going to have the meme talent. Tap the Rockies, long shots. Thank you very much for the follow. I do have anonymous follows on, so I won't tell you who you are. So if you just want to hang out and chat and not talk, that is absolutely okay. But if you want to say hi, feel free. Chat is available for your use. We do have Zealous unit going through. Ronin is definitely winning this offlane fight, and I'm not really surprised. It is... Imperius is good at a lot of things, is not good at clear, and you kind of want a clear hero on this map. So yeah, it keeps coming out and keep having problems, and nope. Meanwhile, we do get the turn-in. Neither team quite having turn-in, but super close, only 2 away on the side of Leoric Jenkins. Oh, Cassia. It looks like we had a little bit split there as Cassia stayed behind, and then the Zul Jin went south in order to try and fight the Leoric. That is going to bring us to 1 kill apiece. Yeah, Psycho, that was a dangerous rotation right there. Looks like he will not get super punished for it. Loses a lot of health, obviously, but does go ahead and get out of there. Prophecy apparently deciding that Imperius is having enough trouble that Prophecy is just like standing down here, and so that should mean our blue team is going to try and avoid their opponents. They aren't able to stop turning though. They were trying to delay as much as they could, but here come the spiders. If any of you have arachnophobia, I suggest you look away about now, because here they come. Now, for those of you that don't know, the web weavers, they do have timed life, so they do take damage over time, as well as obviously taking damage when they get hit. So you only have so long with them. Never mind, actually I'm not. I was gonna say it'd be interesting if this was actually just a time phase. The web weavers last X seconds before they go away. But, you know, kind of like the Dragon Knight does. You can also kill them before then. Because that's effectively what it is, it just doesn't give you a timer anywhere. So we do have a full turn-in available for Leoric Jenkins. There's Prophecy moving forward, does go ahead and scare them off with the rotating Axes of Doom. Very technical turn, by the way.
Reclaim the gems of my power. Show clutch is my power.
So here we go. None of their forts are down so far, and their lanes aren't super pushed, so this is one of the reasons why Tomb of the Spider Queen does not shift as much as Garden of Terror does. Because even though both of them are, you do something and then things come out into every lane, it's not unusual to lose a keep or two in the first Garden Terror phase, because they're so good at pushing, and the spiders are relatively not as good. I'm gonna go through and get through this wall. Should not get the actual fort. There are way too many opponents around. Oh, but there is Longshot. Longshot ends up on the wrong side of Albuquerque, but not as wrong-sided. We do end up having a 1-for-1, but the problem is the Vala on High Inquisitor side does have that Gambit quest, so that means Vala has permanently lost 5% attack speed. When you pick up that talent, you do end up getting 25% bonus, and you lose 5% at every death. So once you die 5 times, it's basically like you didn't take the talent. At least in terms of the initial benefit. There's a second bit, which is the stacking quest part, but Vala has not hit 50 stacks of it yet, so is not getting that at all. So the red are pushing back with another web weaver phase. They will have an advantage down here at the bottom though, because they do have this camp here to depush. A little bit spread out in a way I'm not liking, because all 5 members of High Inquisitors are right here. And that could be, yep, that's a bad. Nice job on the Orphea though, making it very unpleasant to stand there. And Killer Fairy goes down one more time. Down to 15% bonus attack speed, unfortunately. Prophecy and Imperius down here trying to defend against Bandit and Ronin as they go ahead and push in. It's actually pretty impressive if they can get this without losing any forts, but okay, never mind, they're not going to be able to do that, because as Imperius goes down, Prophecy is zoned out. There's the light bomb coming down. Unkillable is landing. Now they are taking cannon fire, but it's not going to end up mattering as the Zul'jin goes down, and followed right behind it is that fort. It's very rare to survive 2 of your opponent's turn-ins and not lose a single fort. That's definitely nothing against Leoric Jenkins. Alright, there's man, this Orphea is doing so much work in order to try and oppose the opponents. There's Psycho going in, trying to go and get this taken care of. Killer Fairy is on the hunt, looking for Psycho. Blue Abyss says nope, but Unstoppable comes out in the nick of time, keeps that Johanna from getting flipped around. Zealous? What are you? Zealous, the entire team is there! Alright, there is Johanna getting stunned by the Vala. They're looking for that. There's another... The blinds have been so good at shutting down some of this damage. All right, that is the last of the forts going down. On the side of Leoric Jenkins, there is once again Terra coming in there and catching a lot of people in this. There goes Leoric going down. Leoric taking out Leoric Jenkins, taking out Leoric non-Jenkins. Bandit going there, but there's Diablo coming through. There's a big stun going down, and Imperious, so it is offlaner for offlaner. They're pulling back to their standing fort as the blue team pushes in. Psycho going in and getting pushed around by Blue Abyss, trying to go ahead and move in there. Killer Fairy gets pulled in just a little bit, and Zul'jin picks up the kill. Killer Fairy's old character killing Killer Fairy's current character. We do have lots of damage coming in on the side of... Oh, there's the Unkillable. Nice Entomb coming in from Rodin. Does take out the Zul'jin. Rodin goes down as well. Diablo is down, but we'll come back in just a second. Rodin trying to go in and step out of there. Will step back. Long shot pretty low, but we'll go ahead and avoid that flame strike. Neither team having a turn-in, but super close. Only about 15 away on the red side. Although, you know what? About 15 away for both of them. If I'm being honest. It does look like a boss call is coming out of the High Inquisitors. But it also definitely looks like our blue team has figured this out. Though Imperious is a little bit far away. Okay, Imperious got the memo, is moving up. There's Bandit going around. Prophecy going ahead and gets caught into that. Once again, there is Terabad coming in, catches a lot of people in that and forces them to fall back. The boss is leashed, but there is in the back we have a kill onto Kel'Thas. High Inquisitors moving back. Killer Fairy suffers her third death, unfortunately down to about 10% bonus attack speed. I don't mean to constantly focus on Killer Fairy dying. I hope no one thinks I'm trying to pick on her. It's just that she's got the Gambit quest, and so it's like more relevant than most deaths. Alright, and boss is picked up on the side of Leoric Jenkins. Oh, nice. They get a turn in on the back of this. So the boss is pushing in, and then we're going to have spiders behind it. Now, the problem is the bottom lane spiders are going to have a lot to go through. They will push this lane out, but since it's time life, they'll have a problem. There's also a lot here, but the spider may be coming in. But the big thing is up here at top. Oh, Zealous Human, oh my goodness. Did end up getting taken out by the bomb. Ronan looking for Psycho. Oh, and that's a yucky place for that spider. Spider's going to be like right in the middle of everything. Mulby, I'm trying to think of a response to that, and I can't. Unfortunately, I was actually really excited when this turn-in happened, but unfortunately losing those two people up top just meant that it was really, really, really hard for the Leoric Jenkins to get a lot of value out of this turn-in. Although bottom might still go down, they are trying to move back. There is the attack, Terabad. They are mad at Terabad. They're like, do you know how much your ult has messed with us? And once again, that does prevent the... Oh, but Ronan comes in. Great job from Ronan. But there is Imperious thinking very, very quickly and getting out of the danger zone. Ronan's super low. Terabad also even lower. And Terabad going to go in and survive. She will survive. Orphea and Zul'jin, they are not still alive. That's a turn. We actually had a really, really good moment where we have Leoric in the driver's seat of this game. Oh my gosh, if they had more damage with them, they could have, because there were so many people that were so low, but they were ended up fighting 2 versus 5, and that's a difficult fight. In case y'all didn't know, 2 is a bigger number than 5 by like a lot. If any of you are confused by that, here, I'll give me $5 and I'll give you $2, and we'll keep that up until you understand the difference.
Red team, you have done well. My magic is yours. My web weavers, slaughter the blue team.
They are moving in. Oh, Longshot ends up catching the very edge of that flame strike. A lot of damage going down. They are looking for this. Psycho ready to go in, does catch the wave of death. But thankfully, Psycho's got a lot of hit points. Yeah, this is a rough push happening right now.
Hero slain.
So that is going to be a kill onto the Imperius. Jenkins trying to hold this off. Bottom lane does clear up the bottom keep. My favorite voice line on that is, of course, "Your keep has been taken." The irony. Cracks me up every single time it happens. Their opponents are level 20. They are fighting down 20 right now. And there's that silencing entomb, followed up by the APOC, and just boom, boom, boom. I want you in my room. There's the flip-de-dip. GG is called by Terabad. Because, yeah, with no defenders and still a... I guess the Web Weaver is not active, but they're going in right now, and that's going to be the end of game number 2, and the series going in this favor of the High Inquisitors. Alright, let me go ahead and see if I can get a... Joselle? Yeah? No, bad. If I can go ahead and get this interview started. 1 second. Oh, that's right. I can just go to the in-between screen. That's what it's for. Alright, and here we are. Well, I wait to see if anyone joins me from the side of the High Inquisitors. We can go ahead and talk about the stats a little bit. In terms of damage, we do have number 1 and number 2 damage actually coming out on the blue team. We do go ahead and get 53,000 from Longshot and Psycho doing 50,000. Bandit coming in with 48. But it just feels like the damage on our red side was just a little bit more focused and able to translate to more kills. We do go ahead and have in terms of healing. I just noticed there was no healer on the blue side. Oh, how did I not catch that? No wonder. I was like, wow, Anduin buried Johan. Hello, hello. Oh, everyone's coming in.
Hi.
Party.
Hello.
Hello, hello. I'm joined by more or less the entirety of High Inquisitors. It looks like only Ronan is avoiding me.
Yes.
He's avoiding the spotlight.
He said no interviews for me.
He's like, I did coin flip, I'm done.
Pretty much.
But hey, congratulations.
guy.
How do you guys feel right now?
Good.
Good, really good.
Yeah.
Very, very, like, good series. I will say game number 2 looked a little sketchier than game number 1. Game number 1, it definitely felt like you were dialed in, and game number 2, you were like, wait, what?
Yeah.
No healers is an interesting comp to go against.
I kind of don't notice when someone goes double healer or no healer until we're like a quarter of the way in the game. It's like, oh, wait, they're double healer. Or, oh, they're no healer.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, don't feel bad. I literally figured out they had no healers about 3 minutes ago when I went to look at the healing numbers, and I was like, oh wow, Anduin buried Johanna in healing. Wait!
Yeah. Their main healer, Johanna.
But
It was definitely weird.
looking at game number 1, it very much felt like you guys really, really just tried to occupy the space of the, because it just felt like whenever there would be a clash, you guys were very, very good at staying very close. Although I did notice you guys, it was weird, and I don't quite understand it, because your Sonya out-soaked their Dahaka, but then your Sonya also seemed to be like deathballing with you a lot more. So I don't know how you did both.
Let's just say we took this series very seriously.
Serious.
We wanted to make sure we won those team fights.
That's just what Sonya does, though.
Yeah, it's one of those, as an offlaner, I'm just like, wait, those shouldn't both be possible. How do you win in soak and also? But to be fair, it kind of felt like the team fight would happen, and then it almost felt like Leoric Jenkins was winning the team fight, and then suddenly Sonya would just show up.
The leaps were amazing. Perma had great leaps.
Had to come in and say hi at some point, you know?
I am Karama, I say hi with my feet.
It's like how Malthael does the drive-by last rites. Sonya does the drive-by leap.
Looking at game number 2, as we already talked about the fact that they didn't go for a healer, and it definitely, I think I saw what you're talking about, because very, very early in the game, a kill came kind of out of nowhere, and I feel like you were like, oh wait, they have way more damage than they're supposed to have.
I felt a little bad for our Diablo, for sure. That was a lot of damage right up front. I was like, maybe we should have went double healer. I'm like, oh yeah, we didn't have last. Or Kerma was like, well, they picked last, so we didn't know. I'm like, oh yeah, true.
That'll definitely do it. I do have to, so the kind of interesting thing that I saw when game 2 was playing out was that you guys ended up taking Leoric away from Leoric. Was that intentional, or was it just oh no, this is the best pick for right now?
What do you mean? Leoric away from Leoric?
One of them named Leoric?
Oh, Leoric Jenkins! Is that what you mean?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I keep, for some reason, I keep thinking that one of my players plays something that they don't. So I keep saying, okay, let's play this, play this. And they don't play that. So we ended up with Leo. Because I keep getting some people's heroes pools confused. But it ended up working out really well. So
It definitely did.
On the Leo.
I feel like it was a very, very back and forth game, and then you guys got to 20 a little bit before your opponents did, and then Leo was like, oh, by the way, I silence now, and then I just felt very sad for the other team. Because they kept getting, I kept seeing Entombs, and then the Imperius would like stab out of it, and then abduct people, and Orphea would just like phase through walls, and I was like, this Leoric is having such a hard time, and then suddenly he's like, okay, I can silence as well, you can't press buttons.
Yeah, right at the end, Ronan was like, okay, I have Silence and Tomb now, we could stay here. So we just took that and ended. It worked out really well.
I'm sorry.
I just told him to walk into his own entomb because I'd throw a light bomb on him, and that'd be it.
I feel bad, I'm not really asking questions. I'm like, this is what I saw, and you're like, yeah.
It's all good.
But, that said, I do always ask a variation of this. Why is your team called the High Inquisitors?
Oh, so have you saw our logo?
I definitely have.
Okay, so it's a Star Wars crossover. You know, in World of Warcraft, she is High Inquisitor Whitemane, and Grand Inquisitors are from Star Wars. So that's why with our logo we have Whitemane with the lightsaber and the Death Star in the back. So it was just a little fun thing.
It definitely, when I first saw it, I was like, wow, that's quite the logo, but it's grown on me over time.
I love it.
So those are all the questions I had for you. Let me turn it over to you guys for any shout outs you might want to give.
I'm just gonna shout out to the whole team. Like, thank you for being there for me.
And the
You've all
subs, and the
been
subs.
amazing. All these guys have been super chill. Our comms, if you ever hear us, it's really funny, or it's just really chill. It's like, oh, hey, what you doing over there? And there's a lot of laughing, and it's just always a good time with them. So, props to you guys.
All right. Anyone else before I close it up on
anyone
you?
else?
Gotta shout out mom. Always gotta shout out mom.
Yeah, thank you, Mom.
I'm the proxy for Ronan. He said he wants to do all the interviews from now on. He just got busy tonight.
Tantrum's our voice guy. Gotta do it in another voice.
I'm on. Hello there. I'm on proxy for Ronan.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much for the series. I really enjoyed casting it. It was the thing I love, and this is, I'm not trying to insult any other division, but the great thing about casting like Division B and C is that the teams aren't always good, because the very, very high divisions, it's just like chess, where they just keep feinting, moving back and forth, and every once in a while something happens. With this level, they're good enough to be confident, but not so good that they can just dodge everything. So it's just a bloodbath, and it's amazing. So thank you.
I like it like that. And then the higher ones, you definitely see those really low kill games where it's like 3-3 or like even lower than that, where it's like, oh, this is kind of boring, but they're doing everything right, you know?
It's again, it's like watching Grandmaster Chess, where just nothing happens, then one side just concedes, and it's just like, oh, okay. Well, I just saw I was going to lose in 18 moves.
Well, thank you for casting. So I guess a shout out for you too. Thank you for casting our game. This is our first live cast, so that's really nice.
Well, my pleasure. I do actually, I don't know, I don't think you know this, but every week I post a list of teams that have not been cast. The only problem with that is there's no way for me to distinguish between a live cast and a replay cast. So I'm glad to hear that, because I think you've been replay cast, so you weren't showing up on the report. So.
Oh, yes, Peldor,
yay.
because we're sister teams since we're in Bunker sometime.
Because yeah, all it does, it goes through and says, have any games for this team been reported as casted? And it can't differentiate between was it live or not. So.
Oh, I see. Well, thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure. We'll look forward to seeing you later in the season. I can't promise I'll get back to you, but I will try.
No worries.
I'm kind of everywhere. And with that, don't do anything I wouldn't do. I will let you get to the after party.
All right, thank you. You have a great night.
You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, cat, sit down. I have to be able to see. My cat just sitting up here and sitting in the way, like, perfectly. And I'm just like, I need to get behind you, kitty. Don't meow at me. Okay, so it does look like Valera is streaming right now. We don't have another cast at the moment, or if we do, it just got picked up. So let's go ahead and say hi to Sai Valera. Peldor on the mic.